welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. This is the South Brazilian map. This is new. This is by Erik Isac, Agro Mods, 363.79 megabytes to download. It does say in the mods hub, welcome to the first Brazilian map on the game's mods hub, and I think that's why I've just had a quick whiz round just to familiarise myself with everything. And I think that's what's really cool about this, is other than Estancia Lapacho, which is the Giants map that came from 17 as additional to 19 as a mod, this it feels so different to every other map that's been out. You know, I don't know, you'll see as we go around. Now, the map. So, this is the map. We start down here. The farm is up here. What's interesting with this as well is the topography is kind of, I don't know, astounding. It has a little bit of a feel of Pacific Northwest and Felsbrunn with regard to the topography, but there are some really cracking features on this map, as you'll see when we go around. Now, I'm going to jump over to the farm and start from there and do a kind of route round, again, which you'll see as we go. Field prices, and what do we start with? Well, I'm on New Farmer. I always do my map tours on New Farmer and Normal Economy. On New Farmer, you start with Field 69. This area here with the farm, you start with the sheep pen, cow pen, chickens and pigs. You start with the silo. We'll have a look at the machinery and equipment in a little while. Field prices are pretty good. 120, 172, 45 there, only 67. Then we go up to some of the bigger fields, field 40 for example, 435. Then we've got, where was the big plot? I found a big plot somewhere that was actually quite expensive. Is it down there? 670 grand, I think that's forestry down the bottom bit there. Field 12, 379. So as you can see, the field prices vary, small going up to some fairly large ones, and there is forestry available as we go around the map. What else? Oh yeah, biogas plant. Biogas plant, if we zoom in, is down the bottom in the southeast of the map. That will cost you 113,256 to use the biogas plant, which I don't think is too expensive and not too bad at all. Slot count on New Farmer is 703 out of 1299. But don't worry, because you can get that down, and that does change as well. If you come on here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, it's 646, so a bit of a drop. We'll go through as well when we do the equipment to explain what's different, I think what's different between the two, and then what we can potentially get that down to. So we start here, as I said, down pretty much in the southeast corner of the map, down that way. At a hot dog stand, one thing you'll notice straight away is how vibrant the colours are. That's not just me, I don't think. So, we've got a little town down the bottom here. It does say it has a small town and a humble and united population. Very nice indeed. Now, this is set in the Tau region, Santa Catarina, southern Brazil. So Santa Catarina is in southern Brazil. In from the coast a little bit, and the Tau region itself is in sort of midway, I guess, within the region itself. So we're down the bottom of Brazil. Right, bear with me a second, and we'll get up to the farm. There we go. Don't worry, we'll be back down there in a little while. So, up at the main farm, and I say up at the main farm, Brazilian flag is flying. We've got this shelter here. I love the holes in the roof. I say some really nice touches on this map. It's so well done, and all of our equipment, pretty much all of our equipment in here. I think that's pretty much everything you start with. We do have a tractor and stuff down in one of the fields, which I'll have a look at in a minute. Farmhouse is just here with our sleep trigger. We're not tied at the moment, and our silo here, which is 250,000 litres, and as far as I recall, it takes all your regular crop types. It's not a multi-fruit silo or anything like that. Now, a couple of things to point out now is when you come on here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't have the silo, the shelter, you don't have the farmhouse, and you don't have the silo, which is where the slot count drops down from 703 to 646. But there is a problem with that, and I don't know why this has been happening lately. I don't know if it's just my PlayStation, or I'm not quite sure what's causing it. If we go across to mods, and we'll talk about mods now while we're on the subject. If we go across and look in animal pens, there's nothing modded in there at all. As you can see, there's no modded pens for us to use, just the standard in-game ones. Miscellaneous, there's nothing in there. Decoration, nothing in there. Silos, we do have the large grain silo as a mod, so you can replace the large grain silo. So if you want to put that in somewhere, you absolutely can. Sheds, nothing. And farmhouses, nothing. But weirdly, when we look in the stuff that we own, all of these three and all of the pens, which you'll see in a minute, are pretty much bespoke to this map, are saying they're mods, but they're not available in the placeable section. So just be careful. If you sell the animal pastures, the actual shelter will be there. Actually, you know what, I'm going to cut to that now because I did do a little clip of that. The actual the sort of guts of it are missing, but the shelter is. So just be careful with that if you do sell your animal pastures, and if you want that farmhouse and you want that shelter, you don't want to be coming on here on Farm Manager or Start from Scratch. I don't know what's causing that, but I'll cut to that now. So as you can see, if you sell them, so this is the cow pasture, if you sell the cow pasture, the building is still here, but everything integral to the cow pasture working is missing. And then because they're not available in the mod hub, or in the mod hub, in the store menu, in the placeables, you can't then put them back if you make a mistake. It's just something to be wary of. This is the pig pen. We're going to have a look at these in a minute anyway, but so all of the guts of the pig pen are gone, and you can't replace that bespoke to this. Okay, so with that, let's get around to have a look. Our chicken pen is just here. Buying and selling of chickens is there. Egg boxes appear here. Feed trough is just here, and this will hold 400 chickens. As we move east across our farm, now we are right on the top of a kind of ridge here, and it's a plateau, I guess, because it sweeps down this side. The other side is really steep, and you'll see that in a little while too. As we come round, we have got our pigs. The gate opens from here. I do like those ones when it kind of throws the gate to one side. So pigs are just here. Buy, sell, load or unload is just there. The pigs will hold 300. Food and water troughs are in there. The feed troughs there, the water troughs over there. That's for straw bedding, just here. So that's your pigs. As you can see, as we kind of move over, I don't know if you can see the sweep down. It does sweep down and away. Now, at this point, as I'm walking down, contracts are available on this map. There are 3 additional crop types on this map. We have rice, we have black beans, and we have sorghum. I think they're in that order. We'll have a look in the mod hub in a minute because I actually... No, sorghum, rice and black bean is the order they're in. I'm only saying it that way around because when you look in the sell point menu, that's the order they're in, just so the icons line up. So sorghum, rice and black bean, which is an interesting one. Sorghum is just over there. Again, when we get around to that, I'll show you something with that, which is quite important and quite helpful. So we'll do this one here and head down. So as we sweep down, as you can see already, the landscape, it just, I think the colour palette, because it's kind of bright with the red ground like you get on a MrSealyp patch show, it does have a really different feel. There are additional trees added. I don't know if you can just see over there on this one and just there. That is the Araucaria tree, part of the genus that most people would recognise as the monkey puzzle. So we've got those have been added in. There's another type actually as I was going around that I didn't think I noticed before. This one here, I don't recall. Probably has been on other maps, I just don't recall. But the ground and the area is very lush. It's very alive, Anyway, so cows down here, and what I really like about this, right, this is where your straw goes in for bedding. As we come round here, we've got our milk point. In here, we've got our feed. Water trough is over to this side here. We do have a slurry pit sunken into the ground. Again, a lot of this is all bespoke stuff. It's not, as I've said before, just grab it, plonk it, look, there you go, there's a cow. This has all been done really nicely. Manure over there, not saying that any other map isn't, but when you go in here, the fan noises to keep the cows cool because it gets so hot. It's brilliant. It really is brilliant. This end here is where we've got a buy, sell, load or unload point for them. Now around the map as well we have a few little lakes and ponds dotted for water, but obviously there are loads of placeables that you can put in should you choose to do so in the mod hub. The cows will hold 200, and our voucher with a feed mixer is down the bottom here, so I think probably now's a good point to actually look through our vehicles options. Hang on a second. So, into garage, we start with the voucher T194, Case Maxim CVX145, Massey Ferguson Activa 7347S. We've got a Farm Tech trailer, header for the harvester, or two headers, we've got the header and the corn header. Now what you might notice as well, actually good point, chance to mention this, when you're harvesting, to harvest the rice and black bean you need a regular header. If you're going to harvest the sorghum you need to have a corn header, so that's what you need for harvesting. We've also then got the MEX 5 for doing silaging of corn. We've got a plough, we've got our seeder for seeding, so when you're planting the 3 extra crops. When you want to plant rice and black bean, you do it with a regular seeder. When you want to do sorghum, you do it with a planter. We've got a sprayer, we've got a feed mixer, front loader attachments, weight, and then this is what I mean. These, although they're showing that these are the in-game pictures, they all say mod underneath, and if you sell those, you will lose all of the groundwork stuff for the animals. So just be wary about selling those. It's a bit dicey. And like I say, the farm storage shelter and the farmhouse, both there, are saying mod, but they're not available within the placeables menu. So again, be careful if you sell those. I mean, you might want to sell them because you might want to place something of your own on, but if you want to keep those, just be wary. So that's everything you start with. If you sell everything and you decide, you know what, I want to do a proper kind of complete start from scratch, you can get the slot count down to 477 if you sell everything, which is pretty good. So across the field we then come to our sheep. So everything's in a pretty enclosed area, and there aren't horses on here that I've come across. I do love those monkey puzzles, or araucarias. So troughs for the feed for the sheep are here, water and feed is just up there. Our buy, sell, load or unload point is just here, and this will hold 250 sheep. Wall spawn point is there. It's a fairly small one, so you may want to use one of the modded pallets or something, or just need to try and keep on top of it really. So I'm going to head back up. Oh, before I do, that was what I wanted to show you, this feature here. I came across here, I was like, what is happening here? Are they mining? What, you know, it's like a strip mine or something like that. Oh no. This is your bunker silo. How clever is that? Just dug into the hillside. Why not? Why build one? We just dig into the hillside. That's your bunker silo. So for putting your chaff in, or grass, or whatever you want to put in there, for doing your silage, you cover it, ferment it, and away you go. That's a really cool feature, that. Anyway, moving onwards, I'm going to grab a tractor and we'll whiz around the map. I'll say whiz around, we'll go around the map. There we go. Now there is actually, through the to get to the field you own, you go through the pig pen. There's another gate like this just through the other side. Just, where is it? Hang on a minute. Am I losing my mind? Oh, here it is. I was like, I'm sure there was one. There you go, just here. So the gate there, and that takes you out. And your field up the top here is completely enclosed with a fence, so you have to come in through this way. Anyway. Hop the fence. And let's go. There. Let's go. Zoom out a little bit. Now, looking down the list on the website, on the Mod Hub website, it doesn't say if it's seasons ready. I wouldn't have thought you'd get much snow here. Now, as you come across the ridge at the top, you see you can see it sweeps down away. That side is incredibly steep. But we're going to head this way first for the route round. So we're now heading to the northeast corner of the map, or the northeast part of the map anyway. Now, the rice can be planted anywhere. Actually, while I'm doing that, if we look at some of the crop types, I'm sure we've got custom textures and stuff on here as well. Look at some of these things growing. I'm pretty sure that one is soybean. It's just, I don't know, it's just the red underneath maybe. It just looks so different. But if we go back onto the map, yeah, so on here, sorghum is this colour here, almost like a peachy colour. So the sorghum fields are that colour. Where's our main farm here? Yeah, so our field there, field 69 with sorghum. Yeah, we're standing next to a soybean, or we're next to a soybean field. The purple ones, the deep purple, is black bean, and the light blue is rice. Now, as you can see, the rice fields, they're dotted all over the place, but these ones here are specifically designed for rice, and again, we'll see later on when we get to. But anyway, we're heading to the sawmill. The fields aren't all regular shapes, they're not all north, south, east, west. They are all fairly open. Some of them are incredibly hilly. It's going to be a real challenge depending on what machinery you use to actually farm a lot of this. But again, I think that's a good thing. It adds another element to everything, you know. And there's so much stuff on here that's different. All these kind of raised buildings and it's really nice. I like it. Now, there's a lot of trees, a lot of people around the areas here, like around the buildings. Not everyone's going to like particularly. Wood chip sell point is just there. A lumber sell point is around the other side. I mean, obviously it will help if I zoom right in on the tractor for the tree situation. But I like to be able to give people a kind of feel for the map as we go around as well. And our lumber point is just here. So we are currently at Wood Chips Tauens, I think it is. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Tauens. It's kind of a mix of Spanish and Portuguese and the history of Brazil generally, and it kind of has changed over history. I'm not an expert. I haven't been to Brazil. But yeah, there's a kind of real mix. I've been trying to rely on the Google Translate thing and it's terrible. Some of the things on there I've been putting in, no, okay. So we are heading, oh, that was what I meant to test. I completely forgot I was going to bring a trailer with me. Okay, so we're coming up the hill and we are properly in the northeast corner now. We're at Cowpack Limestone Agricola is what we're coming up on. This is a limestone quarry and this is phenomenal. Again, it's another feature. We've had quarries before on maps, but the detail in here it's amazing. I don't know how, in all honesty, how is the slot count on this map what it is? It looks outstanding. There are some brilliant features, like for example, and another indication of health and safety and why you need to be careful driving around the side of a quarry. We've got a lorry going over the side there which is attached to the wheel loader with chains. It's brilliant. Now I was going to bring a trailer down here. I wouldn't imagine the limestone is free. I know on Alien Jim's maps, when he did his kind of quarry with the crane and stuff, it was free. That being said, I haven't tested it. When I was going on all, because I go on all 3 versions. I come on Farm Manager, New Farmer, start from scratch and Farm Manager to check the slot counts and stuff. And when I came on, I thought, oh, I must bring a trailer down here and check. But the detail down here in the bottom of the quarry is brilliant. And when you consider, really, the only thing down here is the line buy point. I mean, it's a line buy point. It could have just been a silo in the corner of a yard, you know, but it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, what I'm going to do is head back out the quarry, and I'm going to kind of backtrack a bit of where I've just been. So I'm going to see you in a second, but I will show you where I am when we get there. We're going to come back out the quarry. And we're going to head down the eastern side of the map now to where we started, where we first kind of spawned onto the map. So we are just passing the sawmill. That's how we came up. So we're going to head, like I say, down the eastern side of the map. We're heading south now. The roadways are nice and wide, plenty of space, and for a lot of the map there's not a lot of traffic, because on the main roadways there are. As we head over the top, you'll get an idea for just how steep and how high up our farm is compared to the bottom part of the map. Got this winding path round, road. And some of the tracks and roads that lead up to that top section, like the one we're on now, this one does snake up and down, but a couple of them are almost like direct pass up. They are really steep, so some of the lower horsepower machinery, if you pull in something else on the back of it, you might struggle a little bit. But the different areas and sections on this map, it's great. I really like the idea. I like how different it is. As far as I know, there may be some on PC, I don't know. This is Erik Isac Agro Mods' first map, and I'll be honest, for a first map it's a bit of a corker. So as we come across the river, and again it's not your kind of standard fare of lovely blue running water, and you know, but what is great is how someone's obviously come across here and, you know, just misjudged it somewhat. We've got a car in the water. There's little details like that as you go around, it just makes you smile. You see things like, that's cool. Didn't have to be there. If it wasn't there, you'd never have known. But it is. So, next sale point. We are now at Agro Gaucho's Knitting. So this is your wool and cotton sell point. We just have a check in here, go across one. So, Agro Gaucho Knitting, if we go across, our cotton and wool can be sold here. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So if we go to the very end, you can see the additional crop types, and in that order, that first icon is sorghum, the middle one is for rice, and the end one is black bean. So if you see those symbols, that's what they're for. And the prices for those, you can sell those at the main sell points: Cooperative Krasil, Cooperative Urbanos, and the Valley Grains is where you can sell those. Now the little town here, the road to the left just comes round in a loop and comes back again. We're going to continue on. We've got some road works going on just up here. We're going to head up to the store. Minding the speed bump, this is quite a severe one here. I think it's the only one. I don't remember coming across another one on my drive around. So yeah, there's one speed bump. Fuel station to our right. Just there with another hot dog stand over in the corner. And then our main store point is here. The reset point is here. I'm sure it said on the Mod Hub website that the reset was at the farm, but I did check it and it's here. So our store menu point is just there at the front. Our sell point, configure, repair is just there to the side. Plenty of open space, you'll get large machinery on and off here, no problem at all. So what we're going to do is head from here, we're going to head down and we're going to go to the properly into the far southeast corner. Oh, the south of the map. But this is the way we need to go first. Entrance for long vehicles. I think I need to go left to the next one. Oh right, while we're here, this is a good point to bring this up. So this is a sorghum field. We've had sorghum on other maps, but on here it does say in the Mod Hub that the sorghum can be used for silage, or it says grain spoon. I think what it basically means is, one, you can cut it with a corn header and get the sorghum, so you can just sell it for grain, so sell it as sorghum, the same as you can with corn. But with a forage harvester and the corn header for doing silaging corn, you can actually silage this as well, so you can use it as a silage crop if you want to, which I'll cut to now. There you go. I just thought I'd throw it in, why not? So yeah, it can be used as a silage crop as well as corn, which is rather cool. I think I need to go north. The track's a little bit bumpy up here. We are now coming up on Valley Grains, which is just here. So we'll have a look at the map proper, because I've been looking at the mini map at the bottom. But anyway, we started off at the main farm, we came up and we did wood chips, tow ends, we then did cowpack, limestone, agricola, and then we drove down this side of the map to the bottom here, Agro Gaucho's knitting. We came across the store, we've come down here, across and up, and we're now at Valley Grains. We're going to go from Valley Grains out here to Lacto Valley Dairy, down to the biogas plant, and then we'll head back across. But just so you kind of get a better feel for where we've been so far, this section here is where it all sweeps up the top and then kind of sweeps down onto the plateau at the top here. So through the sell point. Again, different to any other sell point I've really come across. then across the bridge. Being careful not to end up like that other car further along. Go left from here. Go up to Lacto Valley, which is where we're heading to now. And this is your dairy, so it's your milk sell point. I think it might be milk and eggs. I think doing it this way, as we've found with a lot of map tours, if you've got a loop round and you follow a loop round all your sell points on a loop and you drive around the map, maps can often feel a lot smaller. But I think when you've got a map like this, whilst it does have a kind of loop, when you have to go out and back to sell points, the map then suddenly feels bigger because there's a lot of drive in between. I know not everyone likes that because they don't like the having to go out and back to somewhere. They'd rather just do it as part of a route round to somewhere. So on here, Lacto Valley Dairy, as you can imagine, milk, yeah, milk and eggs. Prices are pretty good actually for milk and eggs on here. So from here, the sell point is just here, marked with the hazard tape. We go around to the biogas plant. Which is just down there. You have to kind of go around a little bit. I suppose I could have just cut across, but that wouldn't be right and proper. Actually, something I was going to do. So we come into biogas plant, 2 large bunker silos on the ground to unload, so you haven't got to worry about. I know some of them will take it, even if it is a raised sell point, but having it on the ground means you can tip into that with pretty much anything, which can make life a lot easier. Our digestate tank is through there. Bear with me a second, I just wanted to check something. And I'm glad I did. I just bought the biogas plant. Silage, 900 for 1,000 litres. It will take grass and it will take hay, but it won't take straw. It will take manure at 900 for 1,000 litres and slurry at 720. So prices at the biogas plant, pretty good. Worth having a look. So I guess as well, if you can do corn silaging and you can do sorghum silaging, the price for silage is very good. Doing animals, you know, your manure, or if you just place a viable manure point, buy the manure cheap, sell it on. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about it, but the prices are very good at the biogas plant. They're normally at about 360 is a kind of average price pretty much on every map. Some are higher. It's very unusual to have it lower than that, but right, be careful. The last thing I want to do is have a snow runner-esque accident and disappear off into there. Although that being said, if you were to, the reset point, as I mentioned, is up at the main store, so you can reset. So we're heading across now to the power plant. I think it's power plant. Did that thing, you know, when your mind, your eyes read something and your mind kind of fills in the blanks or changes it to make you think it says something else? We're heading to the power plant Copacabana. My mind said Copacabana, and I thought, that's weird. Why would you have that as a name for the sell point? Because it doesn't say Copacabana, it says Copacabana or Copacabana. So that's where we're heading now. Now, there are sort of 2 routes in, but when you come, we'll come back out the other way. There's a huge pile of something on the ground that's blocking the other path, so this is really the main route in and out. And when you come into here, the sign out on the main road says entrance, I think it's entrance for long vehicles. And again, this is another one of those ones, the sell point here, this power plant just takes sugarcane. We've got a sugarcane sell point just here, but all of this facility is for that. I don't know if they're cooling ponds or whether they're just, I don't know what they're for, but all of this, I just think it's amazing. So well done. Now if we go around the back here, now you can drive out this way, but you probably wouldn't want to if you're bringing lorry loads of stuff in, and that's probably why the signpost says what it says. As you can see, we'll go over the top of it, but probably shouldn't do. There is a wheel loader over there that's trying to make some headway into this expanse. As we come back out, you'll see the sign that says Copacabana, and the sign then says entrance for long vehicles. Now when we come up to the main road, we're going to head west, and we're going to go to the livestock market. Which is right here. So here we are at the animal dealer. Actually, I'll do it for the map. So from the biogas plant, out up here, down into the power plant Copacabana, back out this way, and we are now at the animal dealer. We're going to head out to the cooperative Urbanos. Then I'm going to have to cut across country if I can a little bit to do this section, and then we're going to head up to the sell points which are in the northwest of the map. So there's your buy, sell, load or unload point. If you want to do it yourself with the vehicle and take them, transport them, you can do it from here. So, moving on. I'm just thinking, I mean, we've been talking about Polish maps, a lot of mod reviews, and we've had a lot of Brazilian and South American mods popping up lately, and I think having this map now come out, not for them, but I think it will. I am now in my head thinking whether to do like a South American Let's Play, you know, get a chance to use some of that stuff. It's just an idea at the moment, but anyway, so this is another one of your main sell points. We are at the cooperative Urbanos, southwest corner. So we go through here. Again, a very different sell point to what we're used to seeing. Big sign up on the roof of the building. Right, I need to... Apologies for cutting across fields, but otherwise it's a long way out and back. Not, I mean, it's not a long way, but let's open that back up again. I found a really good route through last time. I thought, oh, that'll work perfectly. But we kind of got there. So, these are your rice fields. And what's really cool about these is we have irrigation and irrigation ditches. And if you look into these come in sections, and when you buy them, check the map, you buy them in plots, like so. That one is the very expensive one. One of the plots was 884,000. Now if I just nip across here, to this bit here, that says empty rice. So if you look at the field now, it drains the irrigation out. You get into the field, you plant your rice, turn on your irrigation, and it puts water back into them. So it irrigates your rice fields. So if you want a bit more kind of literally immersion, if I drive down into that, and I shouldn't go down that bit, it's too steep, but you'll see the wheels are slightly underwater. So it puts water into them. So when your rice grows, it grows within the water, and then when you come to do your harvesting, actually there are proper ways on and off of here for your vehicles. Like here, for example, which is a bit of a smoother entrance and exit. We've got a few of these rickety bridges. Be careful, because those rickety bridges is not a kind of just a, it's there for show and you can drive across. I went across one when I was testing this and actually got two wheels stuck down the middle of it. But as we go across, and like I say, they are in different sections, so if you buy that one, that's there. The next one, the point is a bit further up, I think. And you've got those little blocks every now and again, so you can drain the water out and refill. I think it's such a clever thing. I don't know. See the water draining away? Look, moving away. Brilliant. Simple things, but it makes me smile. So there we go. That's your rice fields. So from here, I think we've only got 2 sell points left, but they are spread about quite a way apart actually. Oh, this was the bridge. So when you go across here, you do have to kind of line yourself up a little bit, because that gap in the middle, you can get stuck in. So it depends what you're pulling as well. Little establishment here, which I assume is related to the rice. So we're coming up on the northern part of the map now, which is again the rise up towards the plateaued area, but we are right over on the western side of this now, and we are heading up to, it's the Gaucho Bales, I think it is. So I mean, about these, some of these are really steep. Check. Yeah, Agro Gauchos Bales. So right out here, Bales sell point. And the final one is the Krasil, I think it is. Cooperative Krasil. But you can't just cut across, because it goes down into that valley there, and getting back out the other side is more than a little bit treacherous. So we're going to head back down where we just came from, and we'll take a little slight detour. Whoa, okay. I hope you're kind of getting a feel for it, and like it does have, I think, like I say, it is the first Brazilian map on the Mod Hub. But what is really cool as well is it's kind of, there's no train on it obviously, but it's taken the Estancia Lapacho kind of idea to another level. I just think with what's on it and the landscape, and I mean, like I say, this is not going to be easy. Look at how steep some of these hills and fields are, but that's how it is. I mentioned a while ago, I've been watching a lot of Simon Reeve, who does lots of kind of travel programs, but not kind of documentary type things all around the world, and I've watched so many of them. And the South American ones he's done, and the Brazilian ones, when he goes around and you see people, and they literally are eking out a living from the landscape in some really mountainous areas, and you know, there's the whole, you know, kind of rainforest issue, and areas not just the Amazon rainforest, but areas where they're cutting back for agriculture, and it is on like mountainous hillsides, and you think it's incredible how they actually do it. You see how much higher up we are already, and this is even higher than the farm. The farm's down over there, so we're right up the high point here. This section of the map is crisscrossed with very kind of orderly north, south, east, west tracks. Fields are fairly big here, as you can see. Then we come up on Cooperative Krasil, which is the last of the main sale points, the last of the sale points we're going to be looking at. Now there may be an issue, just suddenly dawned on me, with the whole season's situation because of snow and things like that. Plus there could be an issue with the straw harvest add-on. Only because it's been said before on various different maps, because there are only a certain amount of crop types allowed as part of the game coding. So because this has got 3 additional crop types, I think with the straw add-on adding in straw and hay pellets, and then potentially with season, so it may well be that this won't run very well with the straw add-on, or with seasons potentially. I mean, I haven't, like I say, I haven't tried those. It's just a kind of warning that maybe they won't. But that's it. That's the map. I like I say, I think it's so different. And with the extra crop types and the features that are on the map, and the amount of mods we've got in the mods hub now for South American and Brazilian machinery and equipment. So from here I can head back along all the way around, and then we'll head back up towards the main farm. But that's the map. We've been around everything. I say we haven't been around everything. There are loads of parts of the map still to explore, to look at, to find. But that's all the main sell points, and as far as I can tell, all the main features. There may be more, but there you go. That's by Erik Isac, Agro Mods. Bit of a jewel, this one. It will certainly give a whole different farming experience. So, I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.